Gail and I have been hiking friends since 2008, and I am so blessed to have her as a friend. Over the last 10 years, we haven't been able to get together as much as we would like. So, during the summer of 2023, I asked Gail to pick a local trail that she thought would be fun and doable for my boys. After some discussion, we settled on the Peters Creek Heritage Trail. According to alltrails.com, the best place to hike in the Peter Creek Heritage Preserve is the Peter Creek Heritage Trail, which has a 4.4-star rating from 307 reviews. According to the All Trails site, the trail is 2.6 miles long with an elevation gain of 265 feet. However, according to the official site, Peters Creek Heritage Preserve covers 160 acres in Spartanburg County. This Piedmont Cove forest has rolling topography, an old mill dam, 2 creeks, and walking trails. It is also described as being a peaceful and pleasant place to visit, with moderately difficult trails that are around 3.6 miles. When you look at the site's map, you will also see that there is more than one trail, though they do all intersect. These trails make up 3 loops. There is also an official entrance at State Road S42 off of the old Cannon Campground Road, and another entrance trail that appears to come off of a Kelly Road. This was my boy's first trail of any length. Unfortunately, we were not able to finish the trail. The reasons being, first, I could hardly get my youngest to wear shoes. Secondly, it was the hottest part of the summer, and even though we got an early start, it didn't take long for the heat to catch up to us. This made me irritable and my boys very clumsy, and they both fell several times. While we were very sad about not getting to see some of the hidden gems on the trail, like the abandoned bus and the waterfalls, we did have fun. In fact, the funnest part of our trip was crossing over the creek and then later finding a hidden swimming hole. When we first arrived at the trailhead, there was a very suspicious man in a car. He seemed to be on drugs, but didn't bother us. However, I may have been a little more leery and left had I not had Gail with me. Other than that man and the 2 mothers with their children at the swimming hole, we only saw one other person on the trail, and she was a young and beautiful girl harvesting mushrooms. As far as our hike, the trail seemed very well marked. However, it did get very confusing as the various colors were not depicted on the map. That being said, if the weather had not been so hot and my children not been so small, we probably would have really enjoyed exploring the other loops. During our trail, another concern was the presence of a very large paw print. However, because it was midday and I was not alone, I felt confident that it was safe to continue our hike. Originally, we had planned to have a picnic lunch at a waterfall, but after Carl ran off with a box of Cheez-Its and we had gotten all hot and tired, we decided to just sit down and have lunch. My boys really loved Gail's lunch, especially her grapes. On a positive note, now that I have taken the time to look at the trail's map, I do believe that we completed at least one of the loops. However, it wasn't the one with the waterfall. After After becoming worried that I would have to carry both children out, I decided it was time for us to head back. So we took our time and tried to enjoy nature. When we finally made it back close to the car, we could hear the sound of children playing. As I rested in my car with my red-faced, tired, and cranky children, Gail went to check out where the other children were. When she returned, we decided to take my boys to swim so they could quickly cool off. Luckily, because we had been going swimming almost every day, I had their life vest with us. The women who were with their children, I believe, go there quite often, and they told me that there is a place to swim on up the creek, but that it has a lot more snakes. Why these snakes don't just float down the river, I have no idea, but I would prefer not to think about it. Either way, I would recommend coming here, as long as you're not alone. Some online reviews talk about how sketchy the Kelly Road entrance is, so I would be aware of that. Furthermore, there are also reviews that talk about how the plank bridge is often washed away after a heavy rain. Besides not being the safest place for a solo hiker, some people have reported that the trail is overgrown, abandoned, and not taken care of. While that was not our experience, we also didn't walk the entire trail or venture from the other entrance. Also, while hiking in the dead of summer is not ideal, there is reportedly a lot of hunting land around. So be very careful if you're going during hunting season. Finally, the last thing I would like to mention is that you really want to make sure that you stay on the trail so that you don't accidentally venture onto someone's private property, as this has been a big deal in the past.
Paul!
Yeah, not be crippled, huh? Not ready.
You left your transformer, son.
I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, and as always, thanks for watching.